So last we left off, everything's terrible and we're haunted by a purple weirdo in our dreams.
What's this?
Also, this game is
There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
absolutely inspired by Shadow of the Comet, and I will die on this hill. Hiya! Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it'll be an early night for me. I'll try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I can't stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state. Must have faith that she'll conquer this bout of illness. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with a unique history. As for dangers, we shall meet them head first. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved's nausea gravidarum. I absolutely butchered that, and I don't give a fuck. Fuck the English and fuck old medicine. I'm sure she'll be pleased with it upon my return. Lo, a place of miracles. A planted sea sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here, but I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. Let's see, we got Rho, Theta, and Epsilon. G. G? Whatever. Who cares? Language is fake. Found the code was simply in the singularity of the letters. All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic. Stop that shit. When the sun and 2 moons meet, the Guardian shall be defeated. Okay. Are those snakes gonna make out? The snakes are gonna make out, right? It's like, it looks like they're gonna make out. A dead language reveals the path, for thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth, reveal thyself to me. I heard her whisper not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit, I will pour out my spirit, I will pour out my spirit. Yeah, that's called an alcoholic ghost.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting. Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
I'm gonna bump up the game's audio a little bit. Quieter than I thought. Put it up to here.
I've stored my case in there. A box within a box.
It's better. I turn up a bit more later. The Journal Stone. Chimkin.
Good morning. How's your head, Miss Bateman? That were quite the tune you treated us to last night.
To be honest, Stanley, I felt better. I take it you slid this journal under my door?
I beg your pardon?
The journal, Stanley.
I certainly did no such thing. Nor could have anyone else. You're the only guest staying here.
What's the meaning of all this? Do you propose that it manifested itself out of thin air?
How could it not?
Well,
I'm sorry. I just don't understand how else it could have got there. Are you sure there was no one else here overnight?
without doubt.
How very,
No,
very
no, no. I
peculiar.
believe him. I
So,
believe that security
what's it
here
say
is dog
inside?
shit, and it's easy to jimmy the lock. I don't know, chat. Should we trust Stanley? Do you think Stanley seems on the level? It's like Stanley's been pretty good to us so far, but he does seem off. You know? Like he's not being 100% honest with us. I don't know, chat. What are your opinions? Like, he seems cool. Oh. You know what? Fuck it. Let's show him. Yeah, everyone here's a little weird.
Take a look.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Neither can I.
Maybe someone else in the village can help you with it.
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
I've never seen a rooster in my life.
Do you ever have strange dreams, Stanley?
Me? I sleep as sound as a baby.
I had one such dream last night. It was so vivid.
What were it about?
I was at Hobbs Barrow,
Oh?
but everything was different. Great peaks soared in the distance. And there was a creature.
A
Creature,
creatura.
you say?
Yes, a short, robed fellow, eyes as black as pitch. It told me that my father had been there in Hobbs Barrow many years ago, but something went wrong, and the creature helped him escape. It said that I would find proof in the morning.
Oh, the journal. You've had a premonition, lass.
Please, Stanley, I've no time for that nonsense. But I'll admit it's a strange coincidence.
Now, what did I tell you about Hobbs Barrow?
Cursed as shit.
But I should leave it alone.
Aye.
Hogwash.
Your dream reminds me of a story from my childhood. An old folk tale about Hobbs Barrow.
Tell me.
What is this folk tale you mention?
Well, when I were a wee boy, there were talk of a goblin. They say
Goblin, these nuts.
he lived inside Hobbs Barrow, hence the name, Hobbs Barrow. Hob, coming from hobgoblin, of course. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such fairy tales, Stanley.
Don't close your mind to such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Goodbye.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Mr. Shoulder seems pretty adamant about
Good morning,
ghosting
Mr.
the
Kemp.
shit out of us.
Good day, Miss Tompkins.
I'm here for his lordship's paper.
Sorry, lass. Mr. Price hasn't dropped them off this morning. I heard he actually left the village yesterday.
Indeed, I can vouch for that.
Ma'am?
Good day.
Oh dear. His lordship won't be pleased.
My sincerest apologies, Miss Tompkins.
I'll come back in a few days. Ta-ra.
Goodbye.
Well, that was painfully awkward. Now let's go take this knife.
Goodness me, I can't budge it.
Be careful, Miss Bateman. You'll cut yourself. I spent all morning trying to get that bloody thing out. I shall be having words with that scoundrel next time he shows his face.
Curses.
We have our very own Excalibur. It's all yours if you can pull it out, King Arthur.
I'm almost impressed at how stuck in there that is.
That's a peculiar idea.
Hey, it might give you more grip. It's like how sometimes I use like a hand towel or a paper towel if something's really stuck. Because it has better grip than my fucking hands. Fucking giving me guff. What the fuck?
I do not wish to damage Mr. Kemp's table any further than it already has been.
Missed opportunity. What if I just dig it out of the
I
table?
do not wish to damage Miss...
Damn. Some bullshit.
I don't need to use the filthy lavatories.
I'll just shit in the woods like a goddamn animal.
Right. I need to convince Mr. Bryden to let me excavate Hobbs Barrow and find out where this journal came from. I've just noticed this matchbox is completely damp from the rain. The match is no use to me anymore.
No! Don't remove the items from my pants. It's rude game.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who the fuck are you?
She is busy setting up her stall.
I got that much.
No one here.
Be shocked if there was. But hey, it's worth it. Hello?
Good morning, Father Roach.
Ah, Miss Bateman. What a pleasure to see you again. Have you tracked down Mr. Shoulder yet?
Don't get me started.
I'll take that as a no.
Indeed.
He's been very deliberately avoiding us. It's actually kind of impressive.
Do you recognize this journal?
What a tatty old thing. You ought to take better care of your possessions, Miss Bateman.
It's not mine.
Then whose is it?
That's precisely what I'm trying to find out.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I haven't seen it before.
What do you make of this stone?
I
There's
don't
rock.
recognize the symbol from any Christian iconography. Did you make it yourself?
No, never mind. What brings you to the square today?
I'm meeting a couple of young congregation members to go over some scripture. You're welcome to join
It
us.
sounds
Thank you, Father
incredibly
Roach, but
exciting.
I have quite a busy day ahead of me.
We will be at St. Edmund's, should you wish to join us later.
I will be busy doing anything but that.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
Oh yes, a rather important fellow around here. His vast land holdings give many a steady employment.
I hear he is renovating an old chapel on his land.
Aye, I've heard such reports. He believes this to be a godless land, something I wholeheartedly disagree with. To which god his chapel will be dedicated to remains a matter of concern.
Why do you say that?
Oh, my apologies. Don't listen to my oafish conjecture. Let us move on.
Thanks for your time.
This man is
Lord
a
be with you.
staunch Catholic and not an Anglican, you see. And he'll have none of it.
There's nothing else I will. The blacksmith looks closed. The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
Father there still thinks the, actually, I don't remember what denomination he is. Fresh grave! Let's dig it up!
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
It's literally what a barrow digger is. The only difference is the age.
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You gave the door back to my sister.
It wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such...
Go away!
Hey, Wally, you know what? Maybe you deserved it. You ever think about that, you little fucking shit? You decide to bully your sister and steal her shit and give it to the fair folk and then fucking throw a fit when we remove it. Because you're too much of a little fucking pissant. I wish we could punt that child is what I'm saying.
Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Dick.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside.
Man is ghosting the shit out of us. Very unkind. Oh, let's check out the Hernwood.
Thomasina!
Good morning, Arthur.
You look a bit addled. Are you feeling all right?
I am not used to drinking as much as we did.
Aye.
To tell you the truth, Arthur, I've had a somewhat puzzling morning.
Oh?
Someone slipped this journal under the door of my room.
Whose journal is it?
I have no idea. The text refers to some sort of excavation.
Stanley must be playing tricks on you.
He swore his innocence. I thought perhaps you might have done it?
No, it wasn't me. That's for certain. Somehow I have a clear memory of last night.
Despite the odds, I remember everything.
I wonder who left me this journal then.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Please, go ahead.
I like how we're not sure if we should trust the dude who runs the pub, but this guy is on the level.
The writings of a madman.
I don't disagree. Did the sketches mean anything to you?
No, not at all. But they turn me stomach. You might want to show this to Mother Mildred.
Who?
Who is Mother Mildred?
Some think her a witch.
A witch?
Aye. She might be able to help you with the symbols.
Where can I find her?
She lives alone in a little cottage within Herne Wood here. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding
Please,
her.
we didn't punch him,
Thanks,
we
Arthur.
just slapped
You're welcome.
him.
What do you make of this stone?
It's a good shape for skimming across water.
Thank you for your deep
is it?
insights, Arthur.
I'm not sure. It was strapped to the cover of the journal.
How mysterious.
I had a splendid time last night.
Aye. I even remember most of it this time. Thanks for listening to me going on. I really appreciate it.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you too, Arthur. Shouldn't you be manning the station?
The line is down. Track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. No trains for a day or more.
Does that mean I'm
How
stranded here?
convenient.
For the time being, Thomasina.
Capital.
How
Why
convenient.
do people think Mother Mildred is a witch? Just because a woman lives alone in the woods doesn't mean she flies about on a broomstick.
There's more to it than that. They say she lays with demons.
That's because demons
Who
are hot.
they?
Oh, you know, local folk.
Hogwash.
Have
Some
you
also
seen
go
the
to her
people
for
around here?
potions and spells.
Prospects are
Spells?
dire.
Come now, Arthur.
Truth be told, she's a nice old lady. I sometimes see her foraging in the brambles around here.
Will she burn at the stake sometime soon?
You might think us backward in Bewley, Thomasina, but we're not that backward.
Sorry, Arthur. I only meant to tease. Goodbye.
Ta-ra!
It depends on the demons, Kefka. Depends on the demons. Pixels.
Hello, dear.
Good day.
Who the fuck?
I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you? Look at the water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest, be it a stone or a small corner of the current. I meet it with my gaze, and out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises.
Sounds like
I
bullshit.
see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. What are you painting?
A new world.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished.
Sounds ominous.
Such a world is not complete without you in it.
You've flattered me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Magnificent. You shall be the shining star of my new world.
Okay, he's
I
weirding
don't really
me
have
out
the
a little
time
bit.
now, though. Perhaps later?
Don't fret, my dear. When the time comes, I shall call on thee.
Capital.
About this
Do you
journal.
recognise this journal?
A place to keep one's thoughts and reflect.
Thank you
Is it
for
yours?
your deep insights.
No, my dear.
What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
Do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. What time do you like to rise in the morning? How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
Okay, I'm a little weirded out.
Late, with 3 spoons of sugar and spending time with my husband.
You disappoint me. I sense no truth in your words. Are you a woman of dubious principles, Thomasina?
You ask too many questions. Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewley?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewley. Only for the visitors.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who commands respect.
Do you know him personally?
See, I don't
No,
give a
I-
shit about this
I
man.
don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we discuss something a little more exciting?
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
This man's a creep. He just gives off the weirdest vibes. But not like fun weird or interesting weird, just kind of creepy weird. Ooh. Haha, boobies.
Thomasina, dear, come say goodbye to your father.
I wanna.
Come on now, don't make him wait.
I wanna.
I don't want to.
Aren't you going to miss me?
I hate you, Daddy.
Those are strong words for such a little lady.
I want to come with you.
We've been through this, little bird. You can't come with me this time, but we'll go to Seaborough next month. I promise. Oh, what a dig that shall be.
I hate you.
Well, I love you. See you soon, little bird.
Damn, those really are some terrible last words to say to your dad before he comes back brain dead, huh? Bet she's regretting that now.
I shan't be visiting the Badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
Badger, 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 badger. My god, they finally cleared the way, those fucking assholes. Ma'am? Ma'am, it's a fucking berry.
Please, forgive my intrusion. Are you Mother Mildred?
Some call me that. I prefer Mildred Walker, given as that's my name.
Apologies. Thomasina Bateman. I think we met at Bewley Station.
I take it Panswick's men have cleared off. Good riddance. Those ruffians would cut their own noses off if he asked them to. How's your sightseeing going then?
Save
your words, young lady. I know you're no sightseer, and I know exactly why you're in Bewley. You won't get far by lying to me again.
I'm sorry,
I recognised you the moment I laid eyes on you at the station.
I beg your
Oh,
pardon?
it's her!
Oh, yeah, it's quite a striking family resemblance. You have your father's eyes, Miss Bateman.
You knew my father?
Such piercing blue eyes he had. What a handsome young man.
Did you screw
William.
him?
He was here, in Bewley.
Oh, yes. A long time ago, mind. 25 years by my reckoning. But I'll never forget those eyes.
Tell me more about my dad.
Why was my father in Bewley?
You were helping Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow.
You must be jesting.
Do I look like I'm jesting?
How did you come to meet my father?
One might say I have a reputation in these parts. Folks from all around come to me for help with their ailments. Hernwood is abundant with flora that, if mixed correctly, will cure almost any ill. Your father must have caught wind of this, as one day he came to me, asking for a cure.
A cure for what?
Your mother were with child, and she was suffering the most terrible nausea.
Adam.
I made something to help her.
The journal. This was entered in the journal. It belongs to my father.
What journal?
Take a look at this. A passage recalls meeting a local wise woman to seek a tincture for his beloved's nausea gravidarum.
Aye, that's me.
Gravidarum, excuse me.
I made the tincture for him.
Gravidarum.
This is incredible.
You don't recognise your own father's handwriting?
It's been so many years since I've seen it.
Tell me about the rock.
What do you make of this stone?
I-A-W. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind. The moors are steeped in folklore.
Thank you for the help.
What can you tell me about the excavation?
Well, not much. I only met your father twice. The last time he asked me if I knew anything about binding magic.
Binding magic.
He said he needed it for the excavation.
Hogwash. My father is a man of logic and reason. Why would he be asking about such
This
nonsense?
shit's weird.
Perhaps you don't know him as well as you think you do. Anyway, I know nothing of magic and told him so. He seemed disappointed. I never saw him again, but I understand the excavation went ahead. Samuel Bryden hanged himself not long after. Reason enough for you to stay well clear of that place.
No, barkeep, no.
You never saw my father again after the excavation?
No, I always assumed he just went home.
Who excavated
barkeep.
Hobbs Barrow alongside Samuel Bryden and my father?
From memory, it were just the two of them.
Seems like a bad excavation if it's just two people.
What do you think my father meant by binding magic?
I've no idea. He didn't explain more, and I didn't wish to pry.
This just doesn't sound like my father at all.
You'll have to ask him yourself.
I'm afraid my father has been incapacitated since I was a child. He cannot speak nor move.
Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said that the flora here could cure almost any ill.
Almost, my dear. But your father's affliction sounds beyond my abilities.
He's past the almost point, apparently.
The landlord of the Plough and Furrow told me about a folk tale associated with Hobbs Barrow. Something about a goblin.
Goblin
Are
these
you
nuts.
familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of, and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely.
Tell me about this third man.
Charles Bryden mentioned there was a third man involved in the excavation.
Is that so? Well, you best ask him about it. He knows more than I do.
Tell me about Leonard Shoulder.
Can you tell me anything about Leonard Shoulder?
I know of him, as is the nature of such a small town. I also know he invited you here.
Little escapes you,
No,
Miss
I like
Walker.
being a slime barkeep,
So they
thank
say.
you.
My path rarely crosses with his. Let's put it that way. But he's a nice enough fellow.
I see.
How about Lord Panswick?
Do you know Lord Panswick?
I know his labourers make a mess of these woods, the brutes. The man himself hasn't graced me with his presence.
You've never met him?
Not since he were a wee lad. A maid brought him to me with a sore stomach. It were all the rich food they were feeding him, nowt more.
Thank you for your help, Ms. Walker.
Ah, the diets of nobility, truly terrible for anyone's stomach. How about those
What are
berries?
those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see.
What kind of medicinal qualities?
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, however...
I see. I shouldn't enter uninvited.
What are you, a vampire? Just go in the door.
Miss Bateman,
Yes.
remember what I told you when we first met? You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
Why?
Something terrible happened to Samuel
The
Bryden and
vibes
that
are
Barrow. Whatever they
rancid.
found down there, I'd wager it got to your father too. Tell me you won't disturb Hobbs Barrow.
I can't make that promise, Mildred.
Can't say I didn't warn you. There is something unnatural about that place.
We must seek to understand the world by rational means, Ms. Walker. One cannot abandon reason.
Yeah, her last name is Bateman. Thomasina Bateman.
Thomasina?
Just think about my brain dead
Thomasina,
dad.
come here this instant.
I'm playing with Josephine.
She can wait. This is very important.
Haha, boobies.
Hello. Hello. I'll be back soon, Josephine. What is it, Mummy?
It's your father.
Daddy's home?
No, my dear. I must go to Bakewell with haste. Miss Bowes will look after you whilst I'm gone. Is that clear?
Where's Daddy?
He's had an accident.
What happened?
Shit himself.
He's come off his horse.
Silly Daddy. Will he be all right?
Of course he will be fine. Your father is as strong as an ox, but I need to go collect him, all right?
Can't I come too?
No.
No, dear. Miss Bowes will look after you.
But I want to come.
Go pick up your dolls, then come inside, all right?
Yes, Mummy.
God, Mom. Let me play around in the garden in peace.
Josephine, it's time to go inside now. Hello.
We used to giggle at the titty statue. Now we just say hi to it.
Where did Mummy go?
Our maid is just gonna stand there creepily staring at us, not saying a damn word. This is childcare, everyone.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
Oh my god, squirrel. God, I need to hold her fucking hand to move screens. Jesus Christ. Hey, Arthur.
Arthur, you won't believe it. The journal belongs to my father. He was here in Bewley. Arthur? Hello?
I got a bad feeling, chat.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to remember something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Something in the woods. It will come back to me. You say your father were in Bewley?
Yes.
Arthur, why won't you
Mildred
face
said
us?
that he helped Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago.
Well, I'll be. Let's talk about it tonight at the plough.
Arthur, I must tell you about the dream I had. I was at Hobbs Barrow and there was a creature. It told me it saved my father from something inside and that I would find proof of this in the morning. Sure enough, when I awoke, the journal was in my room. Mildred confirmed the journal belonged to my father. The creature told me it could help my father again. I mean, it was merely a dream. I don't know what to think anymore. Arthur? Arthur, are you listening? Fine then, we'll talk later.
Arthur, why don't you face the camera?
I hope you piece together your memories.
BA.
I'll leave him be for...
Arthur, face the damn camera. Arthur, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's my best guess, Loaf Sneeze. Is just eyes gone. But hey, who knows? I could be wrong. Hi.
Good day.
Hey up.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Ha! Have you gone daft? Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
Fuck you too.
I'm having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the plough and furrow.
Got any
Might
lube?
I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
Waiting.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Oh, what a sweetie.
Thank you so much. Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
Up with these nuts.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life. Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle.
Damn, the goblin
Can't
fuck?
say I've seen her myself, mind.
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies.
What are you doing anyway?
What do you make of this stone?
Don't look like out to me.
I mean, that sounds pretty normal. Oh, wait, how did you disturb the neighbors? The dropped glass.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
What kind of neighbors do you have, or what kind of glass do you have? Wait, do you live in an apartment, barkeep?
I don't think anyone is home.
This lady's still setting up. Hey, Senan. Oh yeah,
I don't
anything
wish
new in
to
our
carry
box?
around my heavy excavation tools.
Okay, yeah, that's what I need to be sure of. That explains it. See, I haven't dropped the glass and broken it in a while, but my family's great at dropping like
The road disappears
glass
over
and
the horizon.
ceramic
I
and
see
having
nothing
it
but
just
moorland.
fucking explode. And trying to clean it up, but then I still somehow get shards of ceramic and glass lodged in my feet. Because I'm the only person in the house dumb enough to go around barefoot. And it's like this weird fucked up magnetism. It's like almost impressive. And check out the Devil's
What a
Toe.
peculiar name, the Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
I mean, to date, the most painful thing I've ever felt, in my opinion, was the time they went to remove some glass from my foot. Because I couldn't even get it out. And they shoved a lidocaine needle between my toes. Fucking hurt like a son of a bitch. And that was even after numbing the spot a little bit. Bunny! I just got a chiva that said, "Here's to Margaret Tillett." She seems pretty standard horror protagonist. Doesn't believe the locals because she's a woman of science. Weird shit keeps happening. She thinks nothing of it. She's fine though as a person. There's not much to say about her at the moment. Going on over here?
Mummy?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
Yeah, her name is Thomasina.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Clearly she found a cursed ass journal and was having none of it. So, Mr. Bryden, when you're not busy
Good day,
scratching
Mr.
your
Bryden.
ass and
Miss,
keeping your hand
I'll
on your
stop
jaw.
you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh,
Yes. Can you believe it?
Yeah, he already knew.
I had no idea he had been here.
the answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
But
No questions.
I wanna.
I'm not interested.
But
Off with you.
But I wanna. We do it. We excavate the
I must gain Mr. Bryden's
barrow.
permission to excavate.
Wanna do it.
Someone has carved the letters A. No,
Do it. Come on. Come on.
I don't wish to carve anything into the rock.
Come on. Come on. No, you wanna. Nothing here.
It's locked.
Let's go check out the railway station. The station is closed for the time being due to track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. Midland Railway. Motherfucker.
My mother always told me not to walk on railway tracks.
Twitter talk. Hey, I'm the proud new owner of a knife.
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh?
Right, Barkeep? It's great.
Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewley, but an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
Not very helpful.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago. Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Be careful who you trust, Miss Bateman.
All this because she has an outstanding tab, really? Yeah, no, it's pretty standard. What did I look?
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid. in
The close-ups,
employ of
though, are
Panswick Manor.
very unique to
She
this
comes
game.
by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewley.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewley.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
So yawny today, Jesus. Very tired, chat. I didn't sleep as much as I would have liked. Okay, woman, if that's your real name.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Goodbye, woman.
Good day.
Hey up.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were you here for?
That's what I intend to find out. Thanks for your time.
Aye.
How
Speak to you later.
incredibly unhelpful. I don't even know why I talk to these people.
Bugger off!
Fuck you!
Ah, the unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Rick? I just want to be nice and neighborly, and this motherfucker's telling me to piss off? Fuck him.
I don't need to go in there again.
How's this dude doing?
Mr. Long mustn't be in.
He fucking bounced, holy shit. Now I'm unsure of what to do next.
The road disappears.
Go check out the Devil's Toe again.
What a peculiar name. I can't quite...
Look, you don't know what the Devil's Toes look like. You haven't seen his OnlyFans. For all you know, he could have super fucked up feet. Well, it looks like Arthur's gone. I sure hope he still has eyes. Fox. Yeah, Arthur's
resin
seen
has
better
set somewhat.
days, and he kind
It's
of
firmly
refused to
gripped
look
the
at the
stump.
camera for a little bit. So I'm like a little worried about him.
I've collected some waxy resin.
Do I know why I need the resin? No. I got it.
I'm not sure what that would achieve. I can't think of anything else to...
I mean, Arthur has a wife. Which, like, that poor lady, I feel so bad for her.
No questions. I'm not interested.
But...
Off with you.
Dick move, bro.
No, that won't achieve...
What do I need the resin for?
No, that won't achieve...
Not super sure. You know, I did forget to do one thing. I just realized. I've rubbed the stone on everyone except for the man it might be most relevant to.
What do you make of this stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
I waited for what felt like an age.
Oh, don't be so dramatic.
I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog. Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Pitiable goat.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barrow. Take a look.
Ah!
Incredible.
Kaz!
Incredible. A pear.
That's been in my drawer ever since Samuel passed. I suppose it might be important, so I kept it safe.
Sick.
Fate is clearly playing a part in your arrival, lass.
Please, Mr. Bryden, allow me to excavate Hobbs Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
Nope.
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My mother told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret me decision.
Oh, I absolutely
Take
will.
Samuel's stone.
Are you sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
I promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass. Market's on today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
And like that, I finally had permission to excavate Hobbs
So
Barrow.
many Chivos for so much little shit.
As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate. There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse. Why did you lie to me? To protect me? To stop me from following in his footsteps?
Probably that latter one.
You failed. And so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
But I love my rock. Well, I guess we should head back to the village to see if we can recruit some people. Ma'am?
Good day.
Fresh produce.
What have you got for sale?
I'm selling meat, vegetables, and all sorts of herbs and things. You're welcome to have a gander.
I'll be sure to browse. Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
I'll be sure to browse. Fuck off.
She is selling various herbs. The box is full of various sprouts and onions, nothing particularly tempting. Tins of corned beef. Ghastly.
Damn, lady. Why don't you say how you fucking
I'm not
feel?
hungry. The produce is not mine. Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss.
I misread
Would
that
you
as
like to
pickled
try one
apples
on
and
the
I was
outside?
really confused. You know what? Nah, I'm good.
No thanks.
As you wish.
What are you selling?
Can I interest you in a pie? Finest mutton in all the county. 2p each.
No, thank you.
You're missing out.
Sir,
Fresh Scotch
I am
eggs.
poor as shit.
Hello, Miss Tompkins.
Hello.
We weren't introduced earlier. My name is Thomasina.
Ma'am?
How are you?
How do you fare, Miss Tompkins?
I'm waiting for Mr. Ambrose. Have you seen him?
Who's that?
The milkman. Ms. Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
I'm afraid I haven't seen him.
Tell me about Lord Panswick.
You are in the employ of Lord Panswick?
Aye. He employs Arthur Bewley in one way or another.
I'm in need of some help for my excavation. Do you think his lordship could lend me some of his labourers?
Maybe.
Might you introduce me to him?
Sorry, ma'am, but his lordship doesn't take visitors. Any road, I must wait here for Mr. Ambrose. Ms. Fenchurch will be ever so cross if I've no milk for his lordship.
It sounds like it's her problem.
If Mr. Ambrose doesn't turn up, and I find you some milk, would you be able to introduce me to Lord Panswick?
His lordship really doesn't like visitors, ma'am.
I'll take the risk.
Miss Fenchurch will be cross with me.
Fuck her.
But she'll be even crosser if I come back without fresh milk.
So, do we have a deal?
Aye. Bring me some milk, and I'll take you to his lordship.
Thank you.
But hopefully Mr. Ambrose will arrive soon.
So I don't need to deal with your weird ass.
Have you been waiting long for Mr. Ambrose?
Aye. He should have been here a good 2 hours ago. He's here every market day, you see. He sells only the freshest milk. Miss Fenchurch swears by it. I hope misfortune hasn't befallen him on his way here.
I'm sure he will turn up.
Oh, I hope so.
Are you familiar with Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
Never mind. What do you make of these stones?
Oh, gives me the creeps.
Why?
Dunno, just a feeling.
Very helpful.
Who is Miss Fenchurch?
His lordship's housekeeper.
I'll let you know if I find some fresh milk.
Thank you, ma'am. But tell me if you see Mr. Ambrose, won't you?
I will.
I absolutely will not. We need to get that milk. We need the introduction. Because we need the laborers. Father, I crave the laborers. Like, why would we dig? That's ridiculous. Look at this body. Look at these hands. Look at this massive pile of wealth we come from. Why would we ever do any of the work ourselves? Fucked up. Hello? Is this the goblin's daughter?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. There you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
I don't like that look he's giving us.
That's my name.
How marvellous. It's me, Leonard Shoulder.
Heavens! I'd given up on finding you.
Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
I literally saw
How
you
dreadful.
in town.
I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear
I literally
that.
saw you
I were
yesterday.
worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry.
Whoop. This man is lying through his teeth.
Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvellous.
I love business.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this.
Man is
I've been
definitely
bound to
evil.
be bed, lass.
Or out of
What an
it.
extraordinary coincidence. You are following in your father's footsteps.
It would seem so, Mr. Shoulder. Why did you invite me to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the Barrow a while back.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
Perfect target, you mean?
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself. Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Marvellous! I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence. When do we start?
Are you really sorry?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewley has its fair share
Keep accidentally clicking all the
of
windows.
strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
Tell me about my father.
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
As a child, I just never left the house ever, unless
Are
I
you sure you
absolutely
had
needed
no
to, which
idea
was
of my
never.
father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
I'm starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm none of the sort. What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
I said the
Over
thing!
25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew.
The vibes
Folks
were
started to believe
rancid.
The ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry. A panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobbs Barrow. It was long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself.
Maybe y'all deserved it.
The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Clearly didn't know
Whether
your
it
father.
was
We've been
intent
over
to
this.
Join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. The crop started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villagers are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And
I don't
it's
see the problem,
also
buddy.
why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
I want to
Except for
touch
you.
it.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe
I like
these
touching
tales of
cursed things.
goblins and curses to be true.
I love
But
cursed
that's
shit.
all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
What does that mean? Tell me about the folklore.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobbs Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the Barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
I don't know, it seems pretty wide to me. I don't know what you mean thin.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Saxnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote.
Is it because he doesn't play the
Saxnot
saxophone?
entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to
The
be made
name
by
is
the cobbler.
Saxnot.
However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
What is a thin place?
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds. Where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just...
I had a peculiar dream last night.
Putting my
I met
hand
a
off the
creature
mouse.
at Hobbs Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin. It
Forgot that
told
my
me
cat
it had
was there
saved
and I
my
accidentally pet
father
him with
from
my foot.
trouble inside Hobbs Barrow.
Fine.
I'll admit the
He likes
coincidence of
feet.
this is somewhat astounding.
a remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer
What if
indeed.
the goblin just
Mr.
visited you
Shoulder,
to watch
you
you while you
invited me
slept,
here
huh? And just
to a town
whispered
I'd
in
never
your ear
heard
the
of,
whole night.
only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
What does that mean?
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
I doubt it.
What do you make of these strange stones, Mr. Shoulder?
When I
They
clack
seem
them
to
together, it makes a
originate
nice
from the
noise.
previous excavation. One belonged to my father, the other to Samuel Bryden.
Marvelous things. They look ancient.
I agree.
You look
I've
ancient
never seen
too,
anything
so
like
what do you
them
know
in
about
all
them?
my digs. Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the plough and furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's... Whoop.
I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old
I didn't realize he was gonna
stories.
talk again.
It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
This man is
wonder if Mr.
absolutely
Shoulder
not on the
even
level. Also, it's a good sign that I can't actually fast travel.
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening. It was after that first conversation with Leonard Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream?
A dream within a dream.
What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father?
Hello, Goblin Daughter.
Good day,
Daughter of
little
the
one.
Goblin.
Hello? What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string. My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm.
No, this is some great conversation right here. Somebody needs to teach her a thing or two about conversational
What are you doing
skills.
out here all alone on the moors?
Kid,
Do
you're
you
not
live
helpful.
Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her.
Yeah, this
If memories
entire...
of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair, coated in a waxy resin. The strings don't vibrate without it.
Isn't it usually gut, not hair? If memory serves, it's not usually the hair specifically, at least for the better ones. But hey, what do I know? Let's see if there are any animals out in the woods. Any animal what I can remove hair from. Hey, Mother Mildred, you got any hair?
Yes?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
No, sorry.
Not to worry. Farewell.
Not very helpful. What's going on in Bewley?
Joe, perhaps you've had enough sugar?
No.
Don't you start to know.
I prefer my tea hot and fresh.
You found old Leonard, I see.
Yes, finally. Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does.
Now there they finish talking while I'm taking a sip. Got any milk?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
Sorry, lass. I've none at all.
Never mind.
The fuck kind
Goodbye.
of bar is this?
See you soon.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
What else can you tell me about this Saxnot?
Try not to worry yourself too much with these old stories. Leave those to the locals, Miss Bateman.
Have others spoken of goblins appearing in their dreams?
A dream is a dream, that is all. They merely make for good stories.
I know.
But to answer your question, no, not to my knowledge.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sure the locals have filled you in already, lass.
You cut quite the mysterious figure. Most had little to say.
It's true, I do tend to keep my head down. When one gets to my age, one grows very comfortable in one's home. I like the isolation of the moors. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I take it you don't get many visitors.
Oh no, nobody bothers me. That's the perk of
Powerful
living
levels
so
of
far
crotchety
out.
old man.
Just me and me hens. I used to come into Bewley more often, back before my health went to bugger, eh?
What illness?
If you don't mind me asking, what is the nature of your ongoing illness?
Oh, just the ravages of age. Getting off this bench will be a small battle in itself. Something you won't need to worry about for many a year, Miss Bateman.
Growing old is a blessing and a curse. And what of your recent fever?
A blurse.
An ordeal it were. So much tossing and turning. But I'm right as rain now, especially after a mug of ale. Don't worry about me.
You know, I think I am gonna worry.
What do you think of Bewley?
Whilst one could consider the villagers to be rather unenlightened, this place has its charm.
Because it lets me just hang
The
out in the middle of
market's in town
nowhere.
today. You can
God,
see that
no,
folk
no, no,
want
no,
for
no.
now here.
I know where I can find a Scotch egg,
I
that's for
moved
certain.
my foot and now my
Do
cat
treat
is licking
yourself to
between
one.
my toes and
You'll
it's
not taste better.
disgusting.
What do you make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
Ow, this village isn't exactly big.
What do you think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass, I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologise.
Is there anything else I should know about Hobbs Barrow, Mr. Shoulder?
No, lass. I'm certain we will know a lot more about it by this time tomorrow.
I hope so.
Tell me about Lord Pennywise.
What do you make of Lord Panswick?
His lordship is an important man in Bewley, as I'm sure you have gathered. His family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewley and wants to share them with the world.
Uh-huh.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewley?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
What does it mean, though?
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
What does it mean?
Hello?
Oh, aye, she's back again. Can't a man drink his tea in peace? There's nought for you here, lass.
You mean drink your sugar?
Horrible man. How many more sugar cubes is he going to add to his tea? He'll have no teeth left by the end of the day.
It is more sugar than tea at this point. It is sludge. It is a tea sludge.
Hello there.
Yes?
Who are you?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ted? Ted Cross?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Are you a local, Mr. Cross?
Oh no, I'm just passing through. I'm a musician. Just myself, me guitar and me horse.
Are you a travelling musician?
Aye. I've been playing a new song tonight. I've just finished the lyrics.
What's it about?
You'll have to come listen.
What do you make of Bewley?
Can't say that I know much about this place. I don't usually travel
Everyone
this far
knows
south.
it's only a teaspoon.
I see.
Teaspoon. A spoonful of sugar that helps the ego down. Okay, maybe butchered that one a little bit, but whatever.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Can't say I have, miss. What is it?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
No.
I'll try.
I absolutely do not give a flying fuck about your performance. My man, I could not give less of a shit. But we're probably going to be forced to listen to it at some point.
Hello.
Good day.
Do you have any...
Not yet.
Oh, dear.
No sign of...
I'm afraid not.
I didn't want to exit. I want to go back.
Good day.
Hey up.
I don't know about the
I met
goblin's
a girl
daughter.
at the Devil's Toe. She gave me this broken fiddle bow.
Ah,
Oh, nice
you've
rhyme you had
experienced
there.
the local folklore firsthand then, lass.
What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Very helpful.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I'm a blacksmith, not a cattle farmer.
Quite.
Man is incredibly not helpful.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Man has been just so useless today. Alright, what's going on at the church? Nothing. I need, like, horsehair. Some kind of animal hair, I guess, is where we're going with this one. Probably horsehair. But alas and alack, I see no aminal.
I shan't be...
Truly, we need the badger hair bow.
There's
Ma'am?
nothing else I...
Where haven't I been? There's a couple places. Give me a sec. When I did that inhale, a bit of spit went down wrong. Goodbye, Ollie.
Horsehair would make fine bowstring. She almost took my head off. I'd rather not.
Okay, maybe that was not our best idea. Sugar, 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 sugar.
I prefer my tea.
Yeah, we're trying to get horsehair. But first, we'll give it a sugar cube. Enjoy.
Here, girl. Eat this.
Bye, Ollie.
Good girl. Hopefully that's gained some trust between us.
We don't have scissors.
I don't wish to carry...
I said horse.
I've managed to cut off a few lengthy strands.
Pet the horse.
Hey, girl.
Ugh. And now we rub this in the resin.
There we are. This should make sufficient bowstring now.
And then we restring the bow. And now let's go
I've
meet the
done
goblin's
it.
daughter.
The bowstring seems to hold on sufficiently.
Here's hoping this solves her problem. Ma'am.
Look what I have for you.
Yeah, we treated it with resin. Damn, this kid knows how to play. Nah, man, this whips ass. That girl's going to town. Holy shit. Uh-oh.
My head is spinning. What happened? Hello? Where did she go?
Yoink.
The girl left her fiddle behind.
Yeah, Grimlock,
I'll
free
take
fiddle.
it with me in case I see her again. I want to understand what just happened.
This game will give me Chivos for fucking anything. Also give me a second one. Don't eat, Grimlock. Well, that was weird. We did see that one dude who plays music, though, so why don't we go talk to him? You know, hand him the devil's fiddle and all that. There we go. That's a better name. So, you want to play music, friend, huh? What do you think of this devil
I don't wish
fiddle?
to give that away.
Damn. Hey, what do you know about the devil fiddle?
I don't think Stanley would. There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Ugh.
Hello there.
Yes?
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her name.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
Thank you for your time.
It does. It feels
Make
like
sure
bad
you
luck.
watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
Oh, I can't fast travel from here, huh? Okay, where the fuck to next? Hey, ma'am, do you know about the devil's fiddle?
I don't wish to give. I can't think of anything else.
Hey, Mr. Bryden? Oh, he's gone. He's bolted. Holy shit, he's just out of here.
What do you want?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
If you can get any milk out of old Eunice, you're welcome to it.
Eunice?
Me goat. Good luck.
Ooh, goat's milk. Exciting. Hello, Eunice.
Easy girl. I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable.
If we play for the goat.
I should leave the goat alone.
But I want to play for the goat. Cat, this is why we can't have nice things.
All right, we are doing this.
Can't believe that we gotta deal with Shubba Ding Dong.
I'm not sure what that was. I don't know what's happening to me.
Milk the fucking goat!
All this superstitious nonsense must be getting to my head.
Fuck the visions, milk the goat! Milk the goat, damn you!
I'm not going near that thing again.
Coward. Hey, do you know that your goat is fucking possessed by the devil? You got a devil goat, buddy.
Did you get any milk out of her?
I tried, and failed miserably.
She's a temperamental beast.
Perhaps you could milk her for me?
I'd like to help you, lass, but I've just had a flare-up in me joints. I worked myself too hard this morning. I couldn't bend down to save myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
My wife would say I'm beyond any help, I'm certain of that. But if you know of any remedies for aching joints, please send them my way.
I'll see what I can do, Mr. Bryden.
I'm going to rest for a while. Ta-ra now.
We absolutely should have played the fiddle. Bad call on our part. Real fucking bad call. Either way. Let's go say hi to Mother Mildred. Mildred? Mildred. Ooh.
Daddy, I have something for you. I do hope you remember it. I've taken great care of it.
It's a gun.
I'll fetch it for you now, all right? Daddy, you must remember this.
This jar.
The day that started it all. It's the red urn you buried in the garden for me. My first ever excavation. Where should I put it?
Have you checked up your ass?
Mother took away all the knickknacks that used to sit on these shelves. The pot might look nicer a little closer to the light anyway.
Oh my god, lady.
Perfect. It will catch the light from your lamp so nicely. There. I'm going to become a great barrow digger just like you. I hope the pot reminds you of those adventures we had together when I was a child, and how thankful I am for everything you've taught me. Now I must tell you about my visit to Pallinghurst. I found an arrowhead.
I mean, I'm glad we still talk to our brain dead dad.
Yes?
About them aches.
Do you know of any remedies for aching joints?
You're too young to be suffering from this, surely.
It's for someone else, Mr. Bryden.
Yes, yes. I know just the poultice.
Capital.
A master
May I
of
have some?
exhumation.
Oh, I don't have the ingredients, I'm afraid.
What do you need to make it?
I'm making words up.
It's a simple blend made of natural elements. Elderflower and flirtwort.
Exhuming.
I can make the poultice for you if you bring me these things. Then it just needs to be applied directly to the joints. That should ease his burden.
Thank you.
I love flirtwort.
Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewley. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white flowers. You might find some growing out on moors if you're lucky.
Thank you.
And elderflower.
Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a
Yeah, that
private
scan's
garden.
Grimlock.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Where can I
flirtwort? It's a you might.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I know where to go. Also, my throat's a little sore from all that hacking and coughing. Because I fucking inhaled wrong. I'm angry mostly at myself.
This looks like it might be elderflower. I'll take some.
Okay, we got the elderflower. Now it's time to hunt down the flirtwort. Which is a terrible name.
Excuse me, Miss Bateman. I'm in something of a hurry. But while we're here, Mrs. Duplancy has told me you were making inquiries into my health. Please don't go alarming the woman, Miss Bateman. She has a lot on her hands. Doesn't need to worry about me on top of it all. My health is just fine. Speak no more of it to Mrs. Duplancy. Do I make myself clear?
I didn't wish to intrude upon private affairs. I won't do it again.
Let her
Father
worry.
Roach.
Sometimes
Excellent.
it's good to have someone worry about
Farewell.
you.
God knows when we shall meet again.
That is
which work is
fucking
that quote
ominous.
Romeo and Juliet. Oh, he's gone.
That was incredibly ominous. I'm sure it's not foreshadowing of any kind. Also, is it me or is it foggier here than it was before? Just noticed a weird fog filter over everything. Out on the moors. I'm not gonna steal a chimkin.
The road disappears.
I think I need to ask her about the flirt ward again.
Good day.
Yes?
Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewley. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white... You might find some grow...
Thank you.
Because we got the elderflower. I just want to mention, flirtwort, terrible name. Why would you call it that?
What a peculiar...
What, is the flower gonna make a move on me? Is that it? Oh, right, Bryden's farm. You're right. Shit, I kind of forgot that was out on the moors, too. If not his farm, then it might be near Hobbs Barrow.
Finally, go first.
Hey, Lolo. Might be over here? No. Hey there, Miss Goat. Nope. So we're looking for a shrub on the moors with a white flower. But I'm not seeing it.
In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly.
Why did he mention Romeo and Juliet? And then fucked off? Look left, look right. You are a grave robber.
That's a peculiar idea. In memory of...
Crack that shit open.
No, that won't achieve.
Hey, Mrs. Duplancy.
That's not mine to inter...
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy.
If you're looking for Father Roach, he won't be back until tomorrow.
So, got any milk?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I don't, pet.
Not to worry.
Are we just not gonna get any milk until the end of the day?
These box pews are most unusual. I've never seen any quite so tall.
We Bewley folk like our privacy. Many of the pews are owned by individual families.
Some might accuse you of hiding secrets.
Now, pet.
I jest.
At my age, it's hard to climb in and out of them. I'd rather stand.
Where is Father Roach?
You might have noticed the good father has a green thumb.
What?
He's gone to visit his friend in the countryside to purchase some seedlings for his tower garden.
Where is Father Roach's tower garden?
Why, on top of St. Edmund's, of course. He's got a lovely collection of cuttings up there. You'll have to ask him to show you.
It does sound rather pleasant. It's a shame he's not around.
Well, he does have a spare key for the tower door somewhere.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Is that a village near Erdlaw?
No, never mind.
Yo, my
I
dad?
found out my father visited Bewley some 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
Bateman? William Bateman? I remember a William Baldwin. He were a right miserable sod.
My father was only in Bewley briefly, from what I understand. I'm trying to piece together what he was doing here.
You'll have to ask him. I don't recall anyone of that
Just
name.
nobody here is useful.
My father took part in an excavation at Hobbs Barrow. Do you recall the excavation?
I concern myself only with matters related to the church.
God, lady, you are a
I'm sorry
joyless
I can't be more
creature.
helpful.
Thanks for your
leaving.
time.
Lord be with...
So, spare key. Somewhere in the church. Romeo and Juliet.
I think I can chip away at this plaster.
Crack that bad bitch open.
There's a key behind here. This has to be Father Roach's spare.
So, he does have a tower garden. Maybe that's where the fucking Elder Wart is. Elder Wart, Flirt Wart. Or-
Capital.
Hey, he's the one who told us what to do, really, if you think about it. Apparently 12:25 in game.
A small label on the pot reads Flirtwort. This is just what I need. I already took some.
Oh, apparently we already took some. Also, man, she makes good time up that fucking tower. She is just booking it
put
up
the
and
key
down
back.
those stairs. See, look, it's not
Hope that stays
vandalism
on.
if we put everything back where it was. Okay, lady. I got the flirt wart. You know what?
Good day.
Would you like to...
Yeah, sure.
Yes, please.
Here you are, miss.
The apple looks somewhat rotten. It's riddled with holes.
Hell yeah, trustworthy apple. Let's fucking go. I didn't mean to put that slash in it, but it's there now. Okay, so next we want to go back to Mildred. Hey lady, I got the shit.
Good day.
Yes?
Farewell.
God, I guess I gotta give it to her directly. Here's your elderflower.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. No, this is not elderflower. It's cowbane. An easy mistake to make. The two look very similar.
Lady, you are killing me.
It's safe to eat, as long as you're not a cow. Very toxic to cattle.
Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see.
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
I'm gonna cut this lady.
The box is full of various sprouts and...
Hey, kid.
Hello, Jane.
Miss, watch me juggle.
Sick.
Very impressive.
I can juggle even more apples.
I feel like the more I learn about this kid, the cooler she is. It's like, not only is she a shin kicker supreme, you can also juggle apples? Yeah, we still have 0 money.
I dare you to juggle an extra apple.
Easy. Told you I could do it. Here's your apple back.
I'm very impressed.
God, I think this kid might be cool as hell.
I don't wish to give that up. No, that won't. Good day.
Fresh produce.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
The produce is not... I'm not sure what that... Good day.
How did you like?
I'm afraid it is rather rotten, sir.
Hey up. That's slander, that is. Don't you be going around telling folk I'm handing out rotten apples.
I mean, I wasn't.
This looks like elderflower to me.
Unfortunately, we have no money. Kid.
I dare you to...
Easy. Told you here's your apple back.
I'm very...
Be careful with those things.
Yes, miss.
I know what to do. Juggle it again.
I dare you.
Easy. Told you here's your apple.
I'm very...
I have an idea? Yeah, I have an idea of how to fuck with a kid. She's gonna hate it. And you know what? It'll be justifiable. Because it's gonna be very rude. Hey, chat. This apple's rotten as shit. So what if we just took a worm?
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth.
What a terrible name.
I've already taken one.
What if we just scare the shit out of that kid?
The worm has found a new home within the holes of the rotten apple.
Okay, kid. Bet you can't juggle this apple.
I dare you to juggle an extra apple.
Easy. Yuck, a worm.
Yoink.
I managed to swap them without her noticing.
God, I cannot type today. Yeah, that kid just fucked off. Look, not my fault those cows were asking to be killed.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Also, it's not our fault that our help fucked us over. Oh, right.
There you go.
I forgot that Kenneth was the name of her assistant, and that's why she named the worm Kenneth, because he fucked us over.
Thank you very much.
The man actively screwed us over. Maybe he deserves to have a worm named after him. You ever think about that one, chat? Piece of fucking shit. Where am I going? I want this one. Hello, sir. How do you feel
I'm
about
not sure what that would achieve.
Poultices? Poultici.
Yes?
I've got a poultice for your joints, Mr. Bryden. It was prepared by Mildred Walker.
Who?
You may know her as Mother Mildred.
Oh, thank you, lass.
I see.
That Mildred knows what she's doing. I should have thought to see it myself.
She said to apply it directly to where the pain is. It should work very swiftly.
I'll give it a try. Oh, that did the trick, lass. I feel like a lad of 20 again. I suppose you'll be wanting me to milk old Eunice for you in return.
Get me that milk.
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it.
A fair exchange.
I went through so much effort stealing those elderflowers.
Stand well back, lass.
Believe me, I'm not coming an inch closer.
There you are, lass. Some fresh milk.
Raw milk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bryden.
I mean, the rope on the tree is to keep the goat from getting away.
I'll let the worm enjoy.
Oh yeah, that was where his brother hung himself. Yeah, that was when his brother hung himself. We caught a glimpse of that when we had our little episode, we'll call it. Hey lady, I got you a bucket full of goat milk.
I've got a pail of fresh milk here for you, Miss Tompkins.
You haven't.
Here.
Mum, you've saved my hide. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm worried about Mr. Ambrose. Any road, I'm heading back to Panswick Manor now. Would you still like to meet his lordship?
Yes, I need men.
Very much so.
Now, I can't guarantee you'll be home, all right? He's a very busy man.
I'll take my chances.
Ma'am, I need men. Because we know he committed suicide and that he hung himself, Cat. It was mentioned previously. That jump felt unnecessary. Yeah, it was mentioned last stream, Cat. Oh, this place seems ominous.
What time do you call this?
So much as anything in the English
Sorry,
countryside
Mum.
does.
Give it here then. What the hell is this muck?
Goat's milk, Mum.
You daft bint. Since when does his lordship take goat's milk with his tea? Oh, he will not be pleased.
I mean, let him try it.
Just sweep him before I clip you over the head.
Sorry, Mum.
Why do people just decide to drop very heavy things?
Where is Lord Panswick?
Sorry, Mum. I can't talk. Miss Fenchurch is ever so mad at me.
Cat, would you drink your tea with goat milk?
Hello there.
Would you try it?
Bugger off, you whelp. This is private land.
Ma'am, I will fucking beat your ass. Later.
I've no time for frolicking with the flock. I'm not sure they...
You know anything about rocks?
I'm not sure they would be...
Come on.
I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know. By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone. Do you want to get yourself shot?
Yeah.
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse. Greetings, my lady. Lord James Panswick, at your disposal.
You're Lord Panswick?
As I live and breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
Something like that.
See? I can read your mind, my dear.
You would be such
now,
a creep.
May I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I wanted to ask if I could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh? For what purpose?
I intend to excavate Hobbs Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
An excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman. Come along. I promise
I got a
bite.
bad feeling about this one, chat.
For generations, This chapel was a place of unique devotion. And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine. The sacrifices required to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors. Believe it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place.
I don't like when people start talking about like old gods like this.
He shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
These vibes are
Have you
terrible.
forgotten about St. Edmunds? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands, and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new. A greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hobbs Barrow tomorrow?
Hobbs Barrow? Aye, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man. You're in luck, my dear. These are my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Yes?
I've heard wonders about Mary de Plancy's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
Your lordship, you're giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes?
Yes.
But...
Farewell, my beauty.
I hate this man. I hate this man.
Wait!
So much.
Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks.
They have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation.
Sir, why are you hammering a stone wall? What are you doing there? You know what? Whatever. Not my problem. Where is the church? Ma'am, I would like one of your finest puddings.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy.
I don't know why they're called puddings. The British clearly don't understand what pudding is. But they're called puddings, so we'll pretend they are.
Do you still have some of your homemade Bakewell puddings, Mrs. de Plancy?
Oh, you're too late, pet. I've a few left, but they're set aside for someone else.
Might you please be able to bake me some more?
Sorry, I'm not in the truth be told. My dear husband Albert passed away recently. Me thoughts are all over the shop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Aye, he's in God's hands now.
Oh, we're absolutely gonna have to dig up her husband, aren't we?
What do you make of these stones?
They are not Christian, I'm certain of that.
I agree. Much older, I feel.
Older than Christianity? Oh, the youth of today.
Were you married to Albert a long time?
Aye, too many years to
I mean,
count.
British can make the
He
Brits
was a
can make
cobbler
perfectly
here in
fine
Bewley,
food.
the most dashing gobbler in all of
I
England.
feel like it's a
used to
joke that's
tell him.
overplayed.
Love is precious, pet. There's naught that can
A lot of it
replace
isn't
the
great.
hole it leaves in your heart.
I can relate to that in my own way. I wish you strength in this
They've murdered a
difficult
lot
time.
of people for spices they frequently
With
choose
God's
not to
blessing,
use.
I'll get by.
May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides, pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking
Let me
chatter.
tell me your
Sorry,
feelings
Mrs.
about
de Plancy.
Stargazy pie.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be
Karen,
with you.
I need to know. If I just...
That's not mine to interfere.
Dead husband, dead husband, dead husband, dead husband.
The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque, on which is inscribed the name Albert de Plancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to mend me boots now?
Hmm.
Like, it wouldn't be a proper adventure game if we weren't grave robbing. Let's be real.
Hello? Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. de Plancy's late husband?
Aye.
Rather bare, isn't it?
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Okay, but what if I just, you know...
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
Bullshit!
The simple wooden...
Ma'am.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. I saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford nowt more than a simple wooden cross. He were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
Fuck is a hippeastrum?
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are.
Literally just heard her say the word.
Stems topped with large red flowers. Hard to grow in this climate. They were his pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect.
He
Let
loved
me know
me
if
natural
you come across
stank.
one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be...
Okay, well, let's look around.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. de Plancy mentioned.
Yoink.
There's no scent.
You get away from my hippeastrum.
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well,
Okay.
that confirms it.
Hey, Miss Tompkins.
Good day.
Hello.
Wanna fuck with your boss?
I really need one of those hippeastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me? Or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them.
She can deal with it.
Sorry, Mum. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman?
Aye. We were to run away together today.
I see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have. I can't risk losing it over a flower.
Ma'am, were you fucking the milkman on the side?
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for
One
me,
of
Mum?
many, I'm sure.
Oh, please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
I can try.
Oh, thank you. You're ever so kind, Mum.
Goodbye.
I'd best get back to...
You know what? There's worse people she could end up with, I'm sure. Oh, hey, look, a new dude.
Good day.
Hello there.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around before.
I'm just visiting. What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you. Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you.
Want help with the
I'm
excavation?
looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I disagree about you having your own job. Look at this shit. Just fucking loitering. How dare you? Oh, right, east. Where I am is west. Directions are hard. Ooh.
I certainly don't wish to touch it.
My favorite direction, Wumbo.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories.
Excellent.
Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not. We talked about this one already. The red urn you buried in the garden for me. It seems like such a long time ago.
Cool.
You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to.
Mother doesn't seem to want you to do shit.
It looks ancient.
Your mom kinda sucks.
This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it.
Yeah, Professor Dog, you know, kind of the norm.
We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury.
Who would want to marry a lady who wears pants? And he's always
you bringing it up
mucking
to your face
around
to
in
look
the
inside
dirt and grime.
Shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed. I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one.
I'm inclined to
It was
agree,
an account
Professor
of
Dog.
barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better,
Do you
Daddy.
think she had a
I'll
thing
do
going
whatever
with
it
her
takes to make it
assistant?
so.
Not that it really matters at the moment. Okay, let's go out. Let's go to the east.
There's something ahead on the road.
Yeah, that looks like a cart with an animal on it. Nope, never mind. This seems
Mr.
bad.
Ambrose. I'm going to help you.
Yeah, milky son of a bitch.
The milk is not salvageable.
Let's cut him out.
I'm not sure what... Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free.
And that purple seems similar to the color of the dream we had. I'm sure they're unrelated.
Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
I wonder if those flowers were hallucinogenic.
My love.
Eddie!
Oh man.
Jesus, what happened
This is
to
obscene.
you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Man, he has moved on from those hellish visions. Getting fucked up real quick.
Thieving beat! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
The cheek!
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Lady knows what's up.
Good luck, you two.
I want to mention I just got the Chivo that said what I was about to say, which is, may they find happiness together. Good for them. Hopefully she can help him move on from whatever the fuck he went through. In the meantime, I have these sweet, sweet hippie astrums. Well, they're not sweet, but I have these hippie astrums.
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to
Now
Albert.
about that
You'll
pudding.
come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
About that pudding.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so
So
sorry.
about that pudding.
Do you fear death, pet?
I mean, in so much as anyone does.
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, Pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
Ma'am, we only need one.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy.
You only need one pudding. We don't need all of them. I mean, I would like to have one of them, but you know. Can't always get what we want. Give me that pudding. Pudding.
Here they are.
I don't know why the British referred to baked goods as puddings. It's fucking nonsense. It's not pudding. They've never seen a pudding in their life. Pudding. Wonder if we can eat one.
Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings. They smell delicious.
We are not allowed to eat the pudding. Real fucking missed opportunity.
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
I hate this man so much.
You think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest.
Sir, I have a knife, and you are in stabbing range.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
I don't wanna.
No, thank you.
You disappoint me. It would seem you don't find the rain quite as romantic as I do. Still, my word is my bond. Come with me to the chapel. I shall inform the chaps of their duties.
Thank you.
Chaps, listen up.
You'll just
You're
hammer
to
in that
assist
stone
Miss
wall, huh?
Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hobbs Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly.
What are
I
you
appreciate
even
your
doing
help.
here?
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold.
Yeah, that's the
Time to
English
head back to the
countryside,
ploughed
dude.
furrow.
If it's not dark, cold, and damp, is it truly English? I mean, really, chat. Really.
St. Edmunds is locked up for the evening.
I want to explore.
I'd rather not walk in the woods at this late hour.
Coward. Kinda really like this track. Yeah.
I'll have to read it tomorrow. It's too dark now to make...
Sorry I'm quiet, chat. I'm digging the music.
What a peculiar name. I can't
Whoops.
quite see the resemblance.
Looked out the
I'm
window.
not walking all... These flowers. Perhaps they had a queer effect on Mr. Ambrose's mind. Perhaps I could show them to Mildred Walker. The cart is beyond...
Give me 1 second, actually. I'm gonna go back in time really quick. Go Eastern Road.
These flowers. Perhaps I could... The cart is beyond repair. Bakewell, 32. Bewley really was in complete isolation before the railway line came in.
So now I actually want to ask her about the funny flower before we call it an evening.
Good day. Do you recognize this flower?
Hellebore. Quite common, in fact.
Is it known for any special properties?
Aye, many depending on who you ask. Some say it can be used in curses or incantations. They say it has the power to alter perception, opening a passage to the subconscious or another world.
So it causes one to hallucinate?
You could say so. I certainly wouldn't recommend eating it.
Thank you.
Okay, that man was high as a fucking kite. I also got a Chivo for asking about that.
Yeah. Look, you have no in now. Thank.
I selected the wrong answer that I did last time, but whatever.
Thank you.
We're finishing up.
Well, that's... It's getting dark. Time to head.
Okay, once more with feeling. Let's go back. Yep, this is the British countryside, alright.
Beating raw metal into a fine object is an admirable skill.
Lady has a thing for blacksmiths, is what I'm learning.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship.
Stanley, my good man.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow.
Feels unnecessary.
I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
No, I'm good.
No thanks.
Miss Bateman, you're no fun.
I should keep a clear head for tomorrow.
Good thinking. In that case, I shall bid thee the fondest of farewells. May you conquer Hobbs Barrow and find all that you desire.
Thank you, your lordship.
I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hobbs Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
So less time.
Fête des beaux rêves.
Oh, fuck off.
Mr. Shoulder.
Your lordship?
The man is a creep.
Hello again,
Miss Beth.
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course.
I mean,
I'll meet you here.
you should never trust a landed lord, ever. Let's be real here.
What else can you tell me about the previous excavation?
I think I covered it earlier, Miss Bateman. As you yourself said, it were a time of superstitious hysteria.
20 years ago.
What was it like, living in that period of hysteria?
It wasn't very funny.
I kept to myself. It didn't really affect me. My hens stayed healthy and their eggs kept me well fed. If one can keep a level head in such situations, one can get by.
Indeed. Is there anything else I should be aware of before my own excavation? No other ghouls I should be worried about?
You know the answer to that. The corruption in that soil were all in the minds of men.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm
Yeah,
looking
exactly,
forward to
Professor
tomorrow.
Dog. Fuck the landed gentry. I know. Hot take. Incredibly hot take.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. I'll leave those two to their conversation.
Hey, Arthur, you doing all right?
Seen her.
I'll take that as a no.
Remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
Man has more of a gut
He's
than I
stinking
remember.
drunk, but let's hear what he has to say. What is it?
First of all, I must apologize to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what he were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Go on. Really, he's really drawing this story out, huh?
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days.
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as
So
soon as she
follows
arrives.
No. Your lordship, with all
You're
due
barking.
respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, but I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes.
It
for
already
your
has,
excavation
buddy.
Tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
Weirdo. Who's a good horse?
What do you think, girl? How can I make sense of all this?
I'm a horse.
I'll
Fuck
be
do you
glad
think
to be
I
back
know?
in London with a good book once this is all said and done.
I just got a Chivo for talking. How many Chivos does this game fucking have? Already, and I've already got 25. Oh, look at this fancy motherfucker with his... Maybe, I think the game becomes a lot more linear as it goes in. And it probably is going to get compressed after the second day. Or what are you, who are you harmonizing with? What?
I see that the prophecy has come into light. The shift in the atmosphere as the day fades into.
I don't know, man. This all seems very ominous, and I feel the vibes are bad, chat. I feel like we shouldn't have come here, but we also refuse to learn from the mistakes of others. But you know, this man singing out about a prophecy on his guitar is really, really trustworthy. Fucking like Radiohead sounding motherfucker. But please. Please stop with that shit. I disagree, game. And yeah, also I feel like the next few days are going to be compressed strictly due to just being the actual excavation. Whereas this has mostly been us just like fucking around. Just dicking around all over the place. Helping people with their minor problems. Admittedly, very minor problems. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't have to dig up that fresh grave. I thought we would have had to. I genuinely thought we'd have to exhume that motherfucker. That's a weird low rumbling. Hello, Mr. Gorblin. God, what a beautiful man.
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, I were not. Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
This seems like a bad idea.
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
I don't know. This seems like a bad idea. Thomasina, this seems like a real bad idea, especially after what we heard from our good buddy, Arthur.
I must undo what has been done.
No, you don't.
Father, I'm coming.
Okay. And on that note, we will end this for today. Yeah. That said, I like this game a lot. This game's pretty cool. And I look forward to finishing it next time, I guess. When everything goes incredibly south. Either way, though, I hope y'all had fun. Because I did. This game's fucking rad as hell. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, however much that might be. It's a good game. It's a fucking good game. Like, I mean, I've always really liked the Wadjet Eye stuff. I think it's all very good. But yeah, we'll call it an evening here. Have a good one, y'all. Bye. Bye-bye.